Here.
Vice President McLaughlin. Member Pearson.
Here. Okay, consideration of minutes, October 1st, 2025, on the bill, so you didn't hear any questions?
No question. I'll make the motion to approve the minutes from October 1st, 2025.
Second, any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, 2-0. All right, public comments, anybody from the public? Ron Whiteson, okay. Financial report, claims register September and October, Aaron looked over those just now, and I did also before we came. Yeah, any questions? No, most of them answered.
Adam.
Absolutely, trying to say everything today.
I get that.
Yeah, same stuff, y'all, from last year. There you go.
I'll make a motion to approve the September 2025 and October 2025 claims register.
Motion on the second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, 2-0. Ayes have it. Okay, operations update, Jim.
Staff report?
Yeah.
Come on, two.
For Cumberland, we had a staff assistant with the training of new employees, staff coordination of new main lift station startup. Staff changed oil and filters for our main excavator loaders. Washington Street lift station, omni-site alarm system repaired and reinstalled. Fluid waste, clean some of the lift stations in Cumberland and plant operating normally. For Jim, Roger is installing a plant to tank brace reinforcements. Fluid waste, clean some of our lift stations for Jim and then plant operating normally.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
No problem.
Old business, sanitary sewer project update. Cam.
Okay. So I think we talked last time about the back truck, cargo truck.
Yep.
So that PER got submitted and approved, so we crossed the environmental approval hurdle from the SRF. They did require the procurement letter, the town provided to be submitted, in the quote, so that was submitted last week. Once we receive procurement approval from them, we can put a disbursement request out to get reimbursed or to put the payment request for the vendor to buy that truck. So should be getting close on receiving that. At the plant, we had our meeting yesterday. We do have some buyout savings, so I saw a little bit of jump in our realized savings on the project. We've already identified some things that we're probably gonna use for that. I think talking to July employee, one of those was to paint the interior of the admin building, give that a new brush paint. And then we're also looking at maybe getting some quotes for replacement of roofing materials. So it looked like that is an original roof from 2001. So probably about time. So we're gonna get some quotes, see where those come in at. Another item that we did talk about, kind of before we hit one-time savings is at some point, we're gonna have to do a digester project, I would say, as the plant continues to expand. So probably we're getting a quote, some prelim side that's on what that could look like. Just so that we're future planning and knowing what, that cost could come in at, if we do realize a pretty significant savings in the project. Just so we're ready. As far as work completed, Buck Creek lift station is done, startup, commission, the fence events of that side is done. The North Gym lift station, well has been installed, all the interior piping has been installed, control panels getting ready to be set next week. That lift station itself, will be ready to be started up, and then the force main to go from North Gym to collections in Cumberland was supposed to get done by Christmas or Leap Year.
Okay.
We're looking at potentially decommissioning North Gym in the first part of next year.
Okay.
Which
First quarter probably, or?
I would imagine so.
Okay.
So we're working with these guys on the closure plans because we do have to submit that to item. Because we're gonna take your guys' NPDS permit out of commission since we would no longer have outfall at that point. So we're gonna work to put that closure plan together with these guys and I to make sure that we've got a good plan in place before we cut flow or turn that plan off. And very indirect.
So we'll actually find out if Jim's fully 10 o'clock.
Yes. It's very, yeah,
I think it's a best over on those things I have.
very curious to see what we're gonna find at the bottom of the ash. And
Yes.
they hold water. So,
Give me some answers to all that, okay?
yeah. So very excited for when that day comes. Plant is really coming along. I know you guys were out there several years ago. Most of the treatment tank concrete has been poured. I was actually in one of the treatment basements yesterday. They got all the internal stuff laid out. It's pretty slick. Headworks, all the blocks up, roofs on, hatches on, screens have been set. And then the rest of that equipment is gonna go in probably the next couple months.
Okay.
So we are moving right along. So
Gotcha.
that's what I got.
Thanks, Ken, appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, question, sir?
I do not.
Aaron, or Adam? Bill, it's all quiet tonight. All right, consideration of the various public works, bot proposal.
You skipped one.
Oh, I'm sorry, introduction, I should take it in, should it, introduction to the 2026 sanitary budget.
You wanna start with Jim or coming?
It doesn't matter, because I did have a question, if we close Jim down, is that just pulled in then to cover that part of the money? Is that how we would do it?
Yeah, everything would unify in one budget, so, I mean, we still have to align like the rates and utilities into one, but everything. We'll consolidate those funds into one set of funds, as opposed to two set of funds.
Actually, that was my guess, but I wanted to ask, so, yeah, please go ahead on the, proposed, or the introduction of the budget.
Okay, for Jim. Under your, estimated revenues, the increase is due to the rate increase. So that's why you see that.
Is it just rate increase or is it projected new customers as well?
And the revenue is projected new customers and rate increase both, based off our 6-year or 6-month projection. What we got at that time, we did take it out 9 months. We originally, when we started, we were looking at 6-month year to date, our revenue was a little bit higher from customers, so then we projected in at 9 months, which is what you guys have there in your year to date and projected, so combine that with housing approvals and every permits that have been taken down, so.
Okay.
Thanks.
And then down to your appropriations, you'll see the 3% cost of living increase that the town council, approved. So that's the biggest changes that you'll see here, it's just the reflection of that 3% increase.
Okay.
And then on the second page. The other biggest change you'll see is the repair, plant, equipment, and collections are at 0, those were moved to the depreciation fund.
Okay.
Mhm. That's what it's gonna be. For Cumberland, it's the same as far as the estimated revenue, it reflects the rate increase. Personnel services is the same, the 3% cost of living. Your supplies stay the same as what we had budgeted for 2025, we budgeted the same for 2026. Under services. The only changes I saw were under workman's comp. It went up $500, but your liability insurance went down 4,000.
Okay.
And your capital is the same as 2025.
Part of liability going down is capital assets being reduced as a part of the project, new larger capital assets, but less actually on your capital asset register.
And I assume bond interfund transfer, has to do with the new
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah, I'll need it, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. 35 million.
We had Erica separate it from your debt and your depreciation just so that it's easier to understand. So your debt is, the SRF bond. Services is also the SRF. It's the same as what's up in the estimated revenue. Your capital and other is your construction costs, so any payments or any invoices that were received from Bellin, that's where those are getting from. And then the transfers debt and other are your debt services. And for the wastewater depreciation, the 85,000 is the funds that were transferred from the gym services lines. And then the 300,000 in other capital outlays and 200,000 in capital infrastructure.
Then I'm assuming once we take the gym out of service, we can immediately expense and depreciate the rest of it, correct?
Like fully depreciate gem down on the books, yeah, essentially that all that depreciation fund will transfer into the capital and depreciation fund over time, so. You'll stay there for like collection systems and things like that until things are unified, but. Yeah, we'll all transfer the depreciation, so. Just saving for all those assets to be replaced, right?
I got a question.
I know when we were doing the rate study, we talked about gym customers. Said 3 years.
Right.
Had some good back potentially sooner on the
Yeah, we're doing,
combining the rates or whatever.
we're doing an updated rate study right now, at America and I, and, some of the stats and data people over at Veritas pulling in the special interest groups we talk about categories, like what the discount impact would be for like, those that qualify basically for property tax exemptions, also getting that discount, so that portion is taking a little bit longer since it's more parcel by parcel data pull when using the census tract data, but. Our hope is to potentially bring an amended rate ordinance next year, so I think this year 2 phase ins still will need to happen. Partially just for our SRF IFA obligations for bond coverage and. But I do think there'll be changes because revenue is already better than projected as we've gotten into it, which is part of what we argued with SRF and IFA at the time. I do think we're gonna be in a better spot and hopefully able to fast forward this to unify sooner, so pending council approval. But it will be staff and the clerk treasurer's office recommendation, once we get all that data collected, but. We have first pass at that data too, we're just scraping off all the neighborhoods and stuff, parcel by parcel that aren't actually connected to the sewer system now. But, yeah, so that's the hope, that's the plan, I do think there's gonna be still a recommendation of an in-town and out-of-town rate structure, just one utility, one rate fee, so it's not so far apart. That's most likely where the recommendations will end.
And that takes effect, the new rate take effect January, right?
Correct.
So this new rate study will be done next month, I guess.
Well, that's what I'm saying, I think that new rate will still have to happen in January, since the rate study is ongoing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Change.
The hope is that we can adopt a new rate study and rate ordinance in 2026 that would curb everything for 2027 fire rates, so.
Makes sense.
We would have loved to got it done this year, but there's a lot of unknowns, so.
Okay, consideration of the various public works proposal.
Take this, this went out a little bit later, back and forth on whether or not to bring it to you guys, but ultimately decided to have a discussion here first before entering into the agreement. It's within my authorities, so, but I thought with the scope of phase two, we get to that point that it was worth discussing first, so. What we got into, Cody and Mike, a couple meetings ago is, hey, you guys had given us the green light to purchase the combo machine, save money and goes on that. But we need a better storage area, for that and other equipment items that we have now, because there's so many other controls that we have. And then additionally, with some of the plant upgrades and stuff, they're running out of room office space wise, because there's new power supply backups and things as well, so. What we started looking at was basically, doing feasibility on a hybrid pole barn structure that was climate controlled with 5 bays and office space. This first phase is just feasibility, seeing where it would go, how it would go, and make sure that's doable, also kind of scoping and pricing. Phase two would move into more of where actual, we're moving into like a BOT selection, vendor selection process, so.
So all we're voting on tonight is authorizing for the money for a study to be done to determine the feasibility.
Essentially, the phase one section on here, the see phase two is talking about the grade out.
Right,
Phase two is not discussed and to be determined, so phase two would be brought back to you guys at a later date, so. We're just asking for consideration moving forward with phase one.
$9,500.
Correct, yeah, so. Don't let these guys count on their competitors, so.
That's the way he is.
They don't do a lot of full ones.
You'd be surprised.
Oh, do you?
And say they do a lot of things, actually.
Been on a fire station. A lot of them. Fire.
They have so much work.
Okay, I'll take that motion.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is this plan is tight.
Yeah,
So
Well, you know, we had talked about that was out there as far as the property behind us going back there. I thought about that. Was out there.
Cameron doesn't want us to put it where digester rebuilding.
Right, like we paid a premium, right, for the treatment group, but like I hate to get a plant on that point. But Bowen's got, I don't know, corn dog guy would sell something back behind.
And which is what I brought up when I was out there.
Yeah, potentially
Grading with.
looking at that land, we also have the land on Warehouse Street, it's just on the other side of the trail south of the plant, which is very nearby, and we have the gem land to respond, but. Phase one would really be exploring all of that.
All possibilities.
Not putting it on top of this. Please don't say no to do
I
that.
hate the second story.
The digester on top of there.
We're unique here, if nothing else.
Part of the feasibility would be also looking to buy those adjacent properties or.
Potentially, yeah, I'm good with this. Items,
It's all options.
yeah, be a lot of it, so I think our preference would be to stay on land that we already own, since we have a few that we could evaluate those spots too, so. I know ideally we want to centralize as much as possible for operations, so. Don't want to be too far spread out.
Yeah, it's an action.
Make a motion to approve various phase one. Proposal, the ones of $9,500.
I will second. Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, 2 ayes. All right, any other new business? Board member comments.
We approve the budget next year, is it
December.
Council meeting or next year.
next year?
Yes.
Sorry, Brett.
Say neither is far away, next month or next. Week.
Um, Again, they used to send out the reports. I haven't seen one this month that shows the actual many overages and underages, I believe.
You'll get it. We just got it yesterday.
That's timely.
Yeah. Well, see, our meeting is on Tuesday every other week. And
With
so,
the clients meetings on Wednesday.
I know, which makes the channel.
And it's paid on
And
Wednesday.
you may just be late paying them.
Right.
Ben can tell you my thought on consultants and attorneys.
So we have.
Here's what we wanna do.
The floor. Yeah. But, I didn't want to send it to you yesterday afternoon.
I respect that, yeah.
Because you had.
Exactly, I respect that. So I've got a couple things just kind of thrown on. It's like, come on, folks.
So you'll get it, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
So I should have worked like that by out savings, so it's all, so.
Oh, excellent. You talked about them. Excellent.
One of the big chunks was a specific piece of equipment was significantly less than buyout.
Correct, as a UV equipment. So
Okay.
we can go on class pay instead of another competitor and save about $80,000.
It's crazy.
If they want the problem, yeah, it's their only, yeah.
They don't have any ambulation at all.
It's crazy. Good for us.
Let's feature agenda items. I know we'll try to get an update on the truck at some point in time.
Yeah, we're working through the legalese on that right now. It's moving forward with SRF, and it seems like we're good, and just. Actually, we were just talking about it, and for Christine and Jewel thing, is somebody look at bond ordinance real quick to, sure. Just one of those things where you got like 5 parties all have to get agreement. It sounds like we are able to use the interest. Most likely for that purchase, which is great.
Obviously, the budget's coming back. How long is this exploratory phase on phase one gonna take with this past tonight? You think? What are we looking at?
My guess is
6 months.
probably less than 6 months, I guess. Holidays may slow it down a little bit, but my guess is it's probably less than 6 months.
Okay. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Well, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Cameron, think we can do it in 3?
That's for property, makes life much easier.